Hi there, and welcome to the Nourish channel. I'm Cara McLaughlin, and my hope is to share encouragement for parents that are homeschooling through high school. I get that homeschooling is not easy, but through stories and practical ideas and biblical wisdom, my aim is for you to find joy in this adventure. My ultimate hope is that Nourish will keep you encouraged to remember that you'll never regret spending time with the people that you love. Today, I want to talk about the homeschooling secret. And as part of our inspiration, I want to share a piece of scripture with you today that's from 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. I began homeschooling after my son finished third grade. And on the last day of school, he was like a little old man. He wasn't sleeping, he was anxious and stressed all the time. And that was no way to live as a 9-year-old. So I decided that I would homeschool for just 1 year. Veteran homeschoolers told me that sometimes kids need a year to heal from the life in a traditional school setting. And with that idea as my inspiration, I kept things really simple. We read armfuls of great books. We took field trips almost every week. We used a very simple math curriculum, and we baked and we painted and we cooked. And we basically visited almost every museum in our hometown on a regular basis. Homeschooling felt like a beautiful season flowing over our family all year long. Watching my son bloom that year was like someone handing me gold literally every single day. Certainly there were bad days where I cried and he cried, and it was only 9 a.m., but there were days I didn't think I could handle the math or even the daily grind of it all. However, the Lord was faithful to see us through that first sweet year. We all learned so much as a family, and we grew really close. And witnessing that growth, love, and confidence in my son, it really spurred us on to continue. And now, more than 10 years later, here I am as we completed homeschooling through high school. And every day during the high school season, with fear and trembling, I would ask myself, Lord, why do I homeschool again? Suddenly things felt really serious when I'm counting on this education to get my son into college or to pursue whatever his future plans would hold. I prayed that the equipping would allow my child to pursue his dreams. And when I began the high school years, my days always started with the question, will it be good enough? Will it be good enough? And later, as the high school years continued, God began to shift my prayers to say, from is it good enough to God, please make it enough. And I asked God to fill in where I fell short. I prayed God would show our family that no matter how inadequate we were, Jesus was more than adequate. I asked God to show my child how to be a passionate and engaging learner. And even though my efforts would never be enough, I trusted that we serve a God that is big enough in everything. So whether you homeschooled since birth or you're just beginning the homeschooling journey, I believe that there's something really special about families that make this commitment. Regardless of the education style and the curriculums, we're all bound together out of a vast love. Because homeschooling is a process of the heart, it can't help but change everyone in the process. I'm grateful that we chose this path, and it's entrenched me deep into a life example of walking by faith and trusting in the Lord. I will never regret a single day of homeschooling. Well, maybe one. Just kidding. But it has blessed me beyond my wildest imaginations. It's taught me so much about myself, and the honor and privilege to homeschool alongside some pretty amazing parents enriched my life beyond measure. Having a front row seat for my son's moments of discovery and learning has been a blessing beyond compare. So if you want to know the secret about homeschooling is that it's not about education. Homeschooling is about love. It's lavishing and nurturing your family in such a way that you're showing them the love of the Creator. It's exploring the world with the idea that everything, every single bit of it, points to Him. It's demonstrating to our kids that having faith and walking in it is the very best thing. The fruit of homeschooling is an equipping in how to be strong, courageous, curious, Christian young men and women. But if we get the most important thing right, loving God first, then all the other things will fall into place. The secret about homeschooling is it's not about school at all. It's about love. I pray that you will have many days of love with your family. Here's my think about question for today that I'd like to leave you with. How can you make your homeschooling about loving God first? Thanks for listening today on the Nourish channel. I hope that you'll like, share, and subscribe this so that others can be encouraged in their homeschooling journey. To see more of my writings and encouragement, you can visit caramclaughlinlife.com. Thanks.